we're SU Creative, and I have some of my SU Creative team members in here as well, but my name is Sophia Ramos. I'm Chief Marketing Officer. We're good, thank you. And this is Drew Arnold, who's our newly appointed Director of Creative Services. And we have the pleasure of being the marketing and branding arm of the university. And so what that means is not only are we pushing out all of the out-facing advertising and marketing and branding, but we get to collaborate with so many people across campus, from the enrollment team to really drive lead generation and conversions down the funnel, to work with the advancement team on advancement campaigns and marketing, to collaborate with SU Worship on elevating their brand, and then also to work with every single department on campus for all the different creative services needs that there are. So as you all know, SU is a fast-moving machine, and there's always something new going on, and so we get to both the joy and all of the different things that come with being involved in so many of those different fun and incredible initiatives that SU is launching every single day. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm gonna let, come on. Welcome. Just brief intros, but we honestly just went through who is SU Creative. And yeah, I think I covered everything on there, but just to kind of circle back to some of those different categories of what our team is involved in and what we have the pleasure of getting to push out. So just some examples of some of the brand level advertising that we are pushing out. It is everything from our digital campaigns to this is how we're really reaching students across the nation through digital channels, through physical channels, in-person events. Just a quick stat is last year we generated over 20.6 million brand impressions through those channels. And then there's everything from really positioning SEU in the market. And so as you know, we're a forward-thinking university. We're constantly innovating, and a huge strategic shift that we made over this last year is really prioritizing not just our traditional experience, but our full menu of access. It's what Dr. Engel and the leadership team calls, here's every way that you can learn through SEU. And it's really our goal to help send that message and tell students, hey, we want to find the best option for you and not try to tell you what the best option is. And wherever you are in your learning journey, whether you're an incoming freshman, a graduating senior, a working adult, and you just want to get a certificate, or you want to try our new trades program, or you're a student that really wants that hands-on experience, we have an option for you. We also have an entire team of student content creators that works with our social media team that is generating content all across campus. I know we have Dr. Garvey in here, and we have many of her students on our team, and it's just an incredible way to really give prospective students that inside view and experience to what their day-to-day will look like as a student. We also have the pleasure of working with enrollment in other areas on massive events. Like these last 2 years, SU Worship attended Winter Gym Tour, and we had the opportunity to do some brand level advertising through that event and reach over 250,000 prospective students there, truly all across the nation. We also just came back a week or two ago from General Council, that's where I met my friend back here, and where we reached over 25,000 people with SU's brand, messaging, and experience, and it's always just an incredible time getting to talk with alumni, getting to talk with pastors and friends of SEU, and really getting to extend that message. And then, like I shared, we do so much work with the enrollment team, because at the end of the day, we are a enrollment-based university, and we do need to hit certain numbers. And so we are constantly working with them on saying, hey, how is the funnel looking? How do we need to be pushing in more leads so that you guys have what you need to generate applications and ultimately get enrollments for the fall, which is how we all are here. And so just as an example, we generated over 126,000 leads through all of these collective efforts last year to help us get where we are. I know we have a couple people from academics here today, but I know we get to collaborate with you all on everything from new program launches to ongoing priority programs. We're always launching new programs, and so really getting to paint the picture and getting students in the seats is really important for that. And then I'm just gonna keep running. What people may not know is that the enrollment team, a huge part of what they do is go out on the road. They just left last week for their entire recruitment travel season They have, I think, a record-breaking 1,000 visits planned this year, which is amazing. So if you see them, give them a hug, because they are running on coffee and little sleep. But they do an incredible job, and we get to partner with them to say, here's your full kit of things that you get to kind of express this message and and really prepare them to connect with students. We work with them to host over 10,000 campus visitors per year, so everything from prospective students to schools to different organizations, and these are just for enrollment-focused visitors, and so there's lots that we partner with them on there. And then all of the ongoing campaigns, again, getting students from literally point of interest, so saying, hey, I may be interested in SEU, to getting them to the point of application, to the point of getting accepted, and actually in the door in the fall where we start collaborating more with teams like Student Success and the registrar. There's all this whole funnel that goes down. And then my favorite part of what we get to do is student involvement on our team. Just a really fun and incredible stat is that we had over 16,600 hours of student experience and practicum credit earned last year on our team alone. We have over 40 students who go through our student program per year, and they are genuinely involved in every single aspect of what we get to do, from design to storytelling to production to SEO strategy. Like, we're truly wanting to not just give them practical and hard skills, but also the soft skills of like, hey, you're a member of the team. This is how we expect you to show up. If you say you're going to do this, this is a hard deadline. And we truly treat them as full members of the team, so much so that we often bring them on as full-time. We just hired Taylor Giddens over here full-time as our project manager, and Evie in the back. She was one of our graduate assistants and actually started as a student. And it's obviously, we collectively at SEU are all here because we love the students and care about them, and I think that's all, we could all collectively agree this is why we do what we do. And so it's so important to me and to our team that this is core to how we operate. And I definitely want to say, I know we'll get into this a little bit later when we get into the meat of what we're talking about, but if you guys have students that you're like, they're looking for that experience, this is a high level student and they want to be involved, then please refer them to us. We would love to collaborate. Yes, we're always looking for new students. All right. And last but not least, as we shared, we get to collaborate with all the different areas across campus for all of these strategic initiatives, whether it's a new program launch, whether it's an advancement campaign, whether it's a new huge event that we're hosting on campus. And so last year we collaborated on over 100 strategic projects. And then also for all the day-to-day things that you guys are familiar probably with submitting marketing requests for, processed over 620 of those in this past year. All right, now we can talk about how to actually collaborate, and I'm going to pass off to Drew to take over from here.
Okay, so just a show of hands, how many of you have submitted a marketing request before? Okay, only a few of you. Okay, interesting. That's good to know, because I don't want to assume that you know how the process works. So she mentioned we have campaigns, we have projects, we have marketing requests. To the outside listening ear, that can all seem like the same thing or different things sometimes. So those campaigns are really large, annualized campaigns that we're thinking about, and we start thinking about them months and months, and maybe even a year ahead of time. Marketing requests, like she said, are kind of the other end of that. They're those day-to-day things that get brought to us because they're a need that the university has from your perspective. You know, we're looking at more enrollment things, but then we get to hear from you and say, oh, there are these other marketing opportunities that we have. So how that would work, I actually don't know what the next slide is. There we go. So some of the things that you would submit a marketing request for are these things here. We are working a lot to try to speed up efficiencies and to make those easier for you guys, to make some of them even more accessible. So like department headshots, we've worked on maximizing efficiency there and making that just a really straight schedule thing for you guys. And we have some more exciting things coming for like branded promo items and stuff like that that we're gonna share later. But those kinds of needs come in through our marketing request, and those are best done through that and not in an email or not in a text message or things, because we have a whole automated system that we've worked on, so it really streamlines your request so that it gets into a queue quickly. If it goes in an email, if it goes in a text message, all of a sudden, I'm sure you guys have the same thing. It's a siloed conversation. Our team doesn't see it. We can't put it in perspective with other things. So that's why we ask for it to come through that way. One of the big things that connects to enrollment campaigns and the larger marketing, just picture of the university are times when we have visitors on campus, times where you're bringing people in, whether that be for just a community event. That can be, the Office of Advancement often likes to host seminars and presentations. Specific departments like the School of Music will have camps and band camps, and I know a lot of you like to be involved in the community, whether you're going out or you're asking them to come in. Those are, at the end of the day, enrollment opportunities. Those are potential students, even if that's not the obvious purpose of the event. So when you're doing something like that, it's a great idea. Oh yes, attending a conference. And I'll leave it right there. It's a great reason to send in a marketing request and just let us know that's happening. And if we get a lot of time, we can look at partnering with enrollment, making sure those names, that information is captured, it's put into our CRM system so that you get to be connected to all of those larger campaigns that we were just talking about, that all of a sudden your event comes into the larger enrollment funnel, into the larger campaign funnel, instead of perhaps just you kind of running it on your own. So I mean, has anybody done an event like this where you've attended a conference and you've gathered information from people, or you have asked people to come here and you have gathered information? No. Okay. Well, I guess we could move along. Okay? There we go.
I'll just add
Yes.
in it because we can use an example of two different examples. So one is, I'll say, School of Music. Every year they attend a conference in January. And for a couple of years, they were like, hey, this is one of our largest recruitment events. And we're like, that's incredible. Like, did you know that if these leads were coming into our CRM, then it wouldn't actually be all on you to have to do all the personal follow-up and helping a student understand these are the scholarship opportunities, this is how they can get involved, this is how they can get enrolled. And so we're like, actually, there's so much opportunity here. If we partner with you guys, we can help those leads come directly into our system. Then you have the full force of the enrollment department behind you, helping doing that personalized follow-up. You have all of our marketing campaigns retargeting those students. They're in our lead funnels. And suddenly they become part of this larger picture, and the weight doesn't fall all on each individual faculty member to be doing that personal follow-up. And so we know that every area across campus is running so hard and so fast, and we want to truly be able to support you guys and maximize what you're doing so that whether it's you yourself or your faculty members or colleagues, can actually be getting to do what you want to be doing most, which is investing in students. And so that's a bit of more, the context there.
Yeah. Okay, so we talk about, did any of you see our table out there with some of our items on it? I know Dr. Newman did. So those, go backwards. Those pieces are, were we gonna reveal that was later, right? That's later. Okay,
Do it.
I'll do it now. Okay, I'll do it now. So all of those pieces out there are part of a larger idea that we're trying to get behind all of you by hopefully getting a little bit ahead and thinking, okay, they could have a conference, they could have an event, they could be inviting people to campus, and we want to equip you to be that brand ambassador quickly, efficiently, and with the idea that SCU is a fast-moving machine, and sometimes we all would love more time to get things done and have more warning before things come. But knowing that doesn't always happen, we have created in our wonderful team, that's actually a lot of students, it's been really fun to see, we put together a Shopify store, we will preview that later on, where you can simply just say, hey, going to an event, I'd love to have these 3 items. I'd love to have maybe 25 of each. And it's a simple budget line transfer request. And we tell you how much it's going to be right there per thing. We're giving you the at cost. So you're getting that bulk ordering price, which is beneficial for everybody. And then you're also getting the most freshly branded things. You're not going backwards, you're on the freshest logo, the things that we've talked to students about and said, what are the things that you would like that we've been looking at with other expos? We've been talking to our vendors. These are the hot items that people really like and use, so you'll get more exposure with these pieces. And then hopefully it's also much more efficient. So we already have them, we're not special ordering them, it's not a 6-week wait time. It's a quick request. Let's schedule a pickup. That's that. So we're very excited. That's been one of the ways that we've wanted to serve the university better, and we're very excited to do that. So please, after we kind of preview that, please preview that on your own. Spread the word. We're very excited about that.
Yeah, and one of like the main pain points that we've received in working with other areas is like, hey, I have this event in 2 days. I need these types of pieces, and we're like, it's physically not possible to get that to you, but we would wish we could. And so we're like, okay, how can we kind of reverse engineer this? And we pretty much have built up a in-house store of promo items that are ready to go, so that you guys are equipped as you're going out on the road, as you're hosting people, as you're doing whatever of those different recruitment events, or even for student services. If you like, I know we collaborated with you guys on some giveaways over the summer, and we were like, hey, we've built up this now avenue of items that we can resource you with. So, yep.
Yeah. Any questions thus far? I want to just pause. We're about halfway through what we've been saying. Any questions or thoughts, curiosities? Okay. Okay, so we've talked about marketing requests and what that's like. Because that's, if you're not enrollment, and that's usually how you're going to interact with us a lot of times, because we don't, meet and do big annual campaigns together. You're going to be like, oh, I have this thing that I'm hoping for, marketing requests. So we're trying, and we've worked very hard, Taylor specifically has worked very hard in making this easy for somebody that's not in our department to understand what's going on. And we're wanting to give more transparency and more exposure to the rest of the university, so you guys also can see, I put this marketing request in a week ago, I wonder what's happening with that. I heard from them, but now I wonder what's happening with that. It could be even longer sometimes, it's been 4 weeks, I wonder what's happening with that. So just to kind of go through a little bit of the process, once we get it, it goes through an initial review. And the reason we do that, it might seem like it's not as helpful necessarily, but the reason we do that is because, like Sophia said, we went through over 600 marketing requests last year. And what can often happen is the School of Music is doing this event, but then also the advancement team is doing this event. And they're on the same day. And they're even have similar themes. We want to be able to say, hey, do you guys know that this is going on, and how can we leverage the two of these things together to make a larger, more strong initiative forward. So one of the things we do when marketing requests come through is we just do an initial evaluation of how does this fit with the other priorities right now in other departments, with other faculty members. Does this compete with any of them? Does this support any of them? And so we might actually ask for more time, we might ask for some changes because of that. So that does get that initial evaluation process, and sometimes that takes a lot of communication time. Sometimes it's really quick and straightforward. So that's an initial part. And then once we kind of understand it, and if we had to talk about it as an internal team, it goes into the queue. And depending on the week, depending on the month, it could be a very long queue. It could be a really short queue. It kind of depends on what happens. And like we said, it's a fast-moving machine, so sometimes we get those requests. They're like, I need this tomorrow. And they really do. Like, we've looked at it, we've said, okay, this really does need an acceleration. Like when the business office says, hey, this is actually wrong on the website, we need to deal with this. So then our copy team gets in, they review, our web team gets involved, they make those changes. So we do an evaluation, does this need acceleration or not? But then it goes into the queue, and then it's in progress, and our team's working on it, and then we have a review process, and depending on the nature of the request, something I love to tell everyone, print is forever. Once it's printed, it's in the world we can throw it away. It's still in the world. It's still out there. So if it's a print piece, we go through a very rigorous quality control process. And we ask you to as well. Like if you're requesting a print piece, we will say, all right, now it's to you to review. Please make sure this is all still correct. Even if you gave it to us and it was correct then, please make sure it's still correct. And as you see it laid out, ready to be printed, it's still giving an accurate picture of what you want. If it's a digital piece, if it's a web page, something like that, that's very easily manipulated. But a print piece, once it's printed, costs are incurred, and it's there. So we really like to do as much quality control with that as we can. And then we go through finalization, and we will always try to confirm with you when it's final, when it's been printed, when you can have it in hand. So sometimes this can take 2 weeks. Sometimes it can take 12. It really depends on what it is, how long this takes, how long this takes. And I will say those are usually the 2 places where we might need to talk a little bit longer. Any questions about that? Okay, I'm excited. If I go out, will it show the queue if I do have to leave? Okay.
Yeah, and then even if you want before then, if you want, I realize we could pull up the marketing request page as well.
Yes.
So if you just want to do it, se.edu.
Okay.
For those, since we do have some people who have not submitted a marketing request before, at any time, actually just do se.edu.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. If you go to the footer of our website, it's in the bottom right corner, you will see a marketing button. So if you're ever like, how do I get there? This is the quickest way, in my opinion. And you will see every type of category, whether that's, hey, I saw a web page that needs to be updated. We're launching a new program and I would love to be involved in a strategic discussion on here's the audience we're trying to reach, here's what we'd like to push out. I really have some questions on social media, or I'd love to collaborate with your social media team. I'm attending an event and need a flyer, or I need an updated brochure for a program. I need headshots, or I just need photos for something that I'm submitting. Like everything that you can imagine in the creative services space, we believe we have a request on here for that. Even simple things like name badges and business cards. And so this is where you can access all of that. And once you submit it, you then get a confirmation, and then you get added into our queue, which
I will bring up here.
Pull that up.
So this is an external version. You should not need an Asana account. I know maybe some of you are hearing that. This is a public link that you can come in and you can see your request. You will see in the new one, they look pretty raw. They've not been processed. No one's really looked at them. If they're here, they've not been looked at yet. If they're here, that means that at least our project management team has reviewed them. They are in process of being either we need to talk about them, or they can go straight into the queue. But this is, somebody has looked at them, they have reviewed what you've asked for, and you'll see that the name actually changes, and they are assigned a marketing number, and that's for our internal purposes. It's also helpful for you. If you have, let's say you have 5 marketing requests, and you're like, hey, how's my marketing request going? Well, we might be like, well, what was the number? Because you're one of 300. Or you're one of 5, because you have 5 right now. And sometimes that happens. We'll have the same person have multiple in at a time. So that's always very helpful to reference if you can. And then it'll be here. So this is something anybody can go and look at whenever they want. If we go back to that page that we were here, this is found by following this link right here. To view the progress of your marketing request, click here. So I won't do it because there's a lot of information here. It takes a little bit to load. But you can just head on over and you'll see our prospective due date when we're planning to have it done, and who's assigned to manage it. This will usually be somebody on our project management team. So you'll see Taylor's name a lot because she's in charge of making sure it gets done. She's the one following up, she's the one nudging, she's the one doing a lot of the communicating, getting clarity. And you'll see execution ready. That means we are right about ready to start on it, and then we have in progress. And what's also helpful for this, if you click on one of these, you can't see all the details, but you can see the whole thing, and you can see who requested it, and you can see a generic description of it. So it also might be helpful if you're ever interested, curious, maybe a little nosy, to see what other people are doing. That can also be helpful, and you could say, oh, marketing just did this. This would also be very helpful for my department. And if you actually can reference or talk to the person who requested it and say, hey, can I get a little more information about what you requested for this? I'd love to team up with you. You could do that, reverse engineering, just by looking and seeing what's going on there. But you'll see all the ones we have. If for some reason, this happens sometimes, this one happened because of internal reasons, because somebody from our team actually sent this one in. Something just has to be put on hold, either because we have run out of capacity, we have too many high priority things right now. This isn't a high priority thing, nothing's gonna break, no enrollment numbers are gonna go down, no one's faculty event is going to run into the ground. This is just something we'd like to do. This is a way we want to level up. If we run out of capacity, it might get put on hold, but we don't like to get rid of it because we want to still do it. It might also be something, like this one right here. It was put on hold just simply because their team had capacity issues, and they said, hey, we're not ready to give you everything we need for this. Let's just put it on hold for now. So we'll always keep it there for you. We'll kind of remove any due dates. We'll say, all right, it was there. When you need us to move forward on it, we will. And then you can see all the ones that have been completed. So we're excited to give you guys this public view. We've never had a public marketing request queue view that's public to the university before, so we're very excited, and we really hope you spread the word and that you avail yourself to the resource to follow your own requests and to possibly also see what else we're doing just in this one area. Any questions on that? Yeah.
So I think it would be helpful for people to see this, because
Yeah.
someone's like, hey, I gotta type in my bio, why has it been more than a day? And they'll realize, you're almost so busy. I think you do have to have Asana though, I don't know if everyone has Asana.
You don't, not for this. You
Okay.
do not. This is a public link. You do not have to
Okay.
have a link for it.
So that's good to know.
Yes.
So historically, I think catalog, if there's a type in a catalog, a degree sheet, that's still registrar, or is that you all as well?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
registrar.
Okay, so that's the
and,
only.
Yeah, I think we need to make this even more bold, because some of the most common misrequests we get are for the catalog, and then also for faculty bios. That's actually handled through the provost office.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of have a separate process for a lot of our partner site requests as well. But yes, I agree. I think there's so much benefit in just having a public view. And so we've been working so hard to try to find a solution, because all of our projects are managed in Asana, but we're like, not everyone can have access. Mm-hmm. And so Drew has done an amazing job finding a solution to where people can see, hey, I see I submitted this, I see where it says it's been accepted, there's an assigned due date, where it is in the process. And like she said, we'll be communicating with you throughout that process, but even if you're just like, I need a visual, and to see too, like she said, here's all the other kind of things going on just on the creative services side, not even on the strategic side of like, hey, here are the large initiatives going on. But we really have been trying to find a solution to make that publicly accessible, and so very excited about that.
Yeah. And let's say like this symposium, we partnered with Justin Rose and his team to support this symposium. And for something like that, that's a larger initiative, that doesn't live on this queue. And you'll see there, it's not here on this queue. That was we need to have a discussion. This is a larger thing with multiple deliverables. We're doing web, we're doing print, we're doing photos, we're doing a lot of things. So then we create our new version of what you see here. This is called a project board in Asana. We create our own version of that, and what we can do is that if that ever happens to you, we can create a public view of that as well. You can have the same view that you see of that. So Justin and his team, we could send them a link and they could see, okay, these are all the things that they're planning to print, these are all the web things they're planning to do, these are all the design things they're planning to do, this is who's running it, this is the due date, and they can get some access and some transparency as well there. So if you have a large thing that we need to team up with, multiple deliverables, it'll take months and a lot of communication. I don't want you to think that all of a sudden you can't see it. We can still make a way for you to see it and definitely try to communicate a lot with that.
And typically those types of things will start as one of those strategic discussion requests,
Mhm.
so that that's in the queue, and then from there it's kind of built out.
Yeah, it's
You don't
little
have to submit a
moved over.
request for
Yeah.
every single piece that's needed.
No,
Mhm.
no, it's a strategic discussion. We go through the list and we build.
We build it for you.
Yes, we go from there. Yes. Okay, back to the show. Okay, another thing we're very excited about. There are a lot of things that can be pretty standardized that you guys just need. Like you have an event and you need a flyer, and really it's always going to have the location, the time, the day, who's running it, what it is, things like that. So we've created some templates for you. Now, we've had some platform struggles with where we can do that so the whole university can use them, but we really believe we have found a solution, and we are working on that right now. We had made them in one platform. We moved to another platform, and now we're on our third. And it's just kind of understanding what is accessible to the rest of the university, what's the easiest thing for the rest of the university to use. And so we're still learning that. We do believe we have partnered with a great platform to do this, and we are moving these things over there. So you should get many of these things and access to them by the end of the year. I should say access again, because you kind of have it now, but not really. But wanting to remind all of you that actually we'll go here. On this, the culture.seu.edu site, which is our internal place where you can find some branded materials and just branding guidelines, best use cases, things like that. You'll see this template one, and all of these are what we're hoping just to equip you with. You don't need to put in a request. You need a presentation that looks branded, that matches the rest of the university's marketing. It has that pretty gradient. It has the logo how it's meant to be, has some already laid out pages. It's right there for you. You just go there, make a copy, start your presentation. There you go. You don't need to make a request for that. You have an event and you want to make an email look like it's branded for that event, but still have it SCU branded and look very nice. Some email headers right there for you. So we're building this out more and more because we know a lot of these things are cyclical. We do a lot of things in a repetitious way. So we're looking at those things, we're standardizing a look for them, creating templates that are easy for you guys to use. So we're going to continue to build this out and make it more robust because we've seen them come through the marketing requests of like, oh, there's a pattern here. There's a lot of people asking for this sort of thing. We can standardize this and equip them with this easily.
Yeah, so that you don't have to wait for our team.
You don't have to wait for us.
Yeah, get back to you in a week of, hey, here's some slides. We want to give you what you need to say, hey, I have a presentation tomorrow. Where can I get a branded template? Or I need to quickly post about an event and have what you need and not have to wait for us on all of those things.
Yeah, so definitely avail yourself to those. Some other just standard things that are helpful to know. We have all of our logos here, all of our colors, all of our fonts, and best use cases for each one. So if you're ever wondering, well, am I allowed to use this? How do I use it? How do I make this look branded? This is how you do that. So this is a great website. We even have some standard, we have an editorial guide put out by our team talking about how we would use things and say things as a brand. So it can be really precise, like specific punctuation and things like that. And it can be larger tonal things and ways that we speak to. So definitely very helpful for all of you. Okay. So we did student experience. We did that. Okay. I move on here. All right. Before we play this video, do we have any other questions? Concerns?
You had mentioned
Yeah.
if we had a student
Mhm.
that we would like to work with you guys, it was just a matter of referring them to you. Is there a more formal process for that? How competitive is that? Do you want it to be more competitive? How many students do you want me to try to get? Like I teach in the art design program
Yeah.
in communication CAD. So like I have them. Do you want them? How many? And at what rate?
Yeah. Naomi, do you want to
I'm like, I felt you salivating.
Hi, I'm our operations manager, so I'm over all the students. So we kind of have a few different ways. If they want to do practicum with our social team, that app is currently open and it's been posted on our social media, so they can find it that way. Otherwise, if you're thinking it's more like design students, honestly, I'd be happy to create a form specifically just for your pool, and then they could apply through that way. What works best. Or they could just email us marketing at SU.
So kind of like our current process is like once a semester we'll kind of open up applications, but also if at any time feel free to just connect them with us and we're happy to meet with them, have coffee, find out what are their goals, like is there a fit for them on the team? Is this something maybe not yet, but next semester? All of those things. So yeah, multiple channels. That's probably we have an official process for the beginning of the semester, but throughout the year we don't have that built yet. So feel free to just, reach out to myself and I can pass on to the team or SU marketing at su.edu.
Yeah. And we also have students that just want to come in and shadow and just see what it's like. And we did several of those last year. It's really fun to have them over.
Yeah, this year I think we have an SU Link student on our team, which is really exciting. And we have also varying levels. So we have students who are purely practicum students. So they're getting class credit and they're getting to learn, gain hands-on experience. So they have kind of a set level of hours. Then we have scholarship positions, and then we also have student worker positions. So it's kind of a gradual going up. And but we're always happy to talk with them and find out. So yeah, feel free to open up the floodgates and just make it more competitive.
Yeah, like we said, we've had amazing students that have been wonderful just to hire and bring onto our team as full-time. So it's really neat to see the development and the growth.
Yeah, I think one of our favorite things when we're in a meeting and we have a student that's like, have you ever thought about it this way? Or I've been in, we have some, I love the student, I love all of them, but some on our data team, when they're like, I've been analyzing the data and noticed this pattern in campus visitors. We think that they're coming before they apply, but they've actually already applied. So this is really a decision event. It's not a recruitment event. And we were like, oh, that actually really changes how we message to them and how we promote to them. So we're giving them the opportunity to get deep in what we do so that they can come back and say, hey, this is what I'm seeing, this is what I'm finding. Have you guys considered doing this before? Or here's how you're doing messaging, but really I think this would connect with me more as a student in my seat. So they're constantly giving us feedback on here's how I'm perceiving this. So we have our own built-in focus groups every single day, which is so key because what are we doing if our messaging doesn't connect with prospective students? So it's really just I think a beautiful kind of symbiotic relationship of we get to invest in them, but we also learn so much from them every single day.
Yeah, absolutely. And I did want to say, when you're thinking about student referrals as well, what you see a lot of visual, we're marketing, you see a lot of visual, but I can say just from a process involvement, data comes first in a big way and says, hey, this is where we're going, these are the trends we're seeing. So that's just puzzling, that's researching, that's that's a different kind of brain thinking there. Then we have copywriting. It comes before we ever get to visuals too, because depending on what we're going to say, that tells us what we're going to do visually. So we have that's a very different type of thinking as well. Then we have web, which is also some front-end development, some it's like a puzzle and a visual and a copy person all put together. So then project management, which is a totally different ball of wax. So in a lot of ways, I think we have positions for all the different kinds of thinkers as well. It's just really fun and makes it a really fun team.
Yeah. And we're developing them as leaders. So we have again, they're not just all students, there are leadership positions within the student program. So as they get to prove themselves and they're elevated into leadership roles. And so one of my favorite moments was last year I was walking by and one of our students was interviewing another student and I overheard and she was like, you have to understand SU Creative is an extremely competitive team to get onto. We treat you seriously, we treat you like one of the team members, and if you're not ready to be committed, then you're gonna learn, you're gonna grow, we're gonna invest in you, but we need to know that you're bought into this. And I was like, wow, she's better at me than me. And so I was like, as a student, she was literally passing that on to others of like, you want to be on this team, but also we need to know that you want to be invested and are committed to.
So we move fast.
Yes, we do.
We carry a lot and we move fast.
Yeah. I know we also talked a lot about like the kind of services portion of things, but are there just any other, there's a whole host of things that we didn't even touch on. So are there just additional areas that you're like, hey, I have a question.
How does this work?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's okay if not. All right. One other thing that we did not pull up. Is the story.
Oh, yes. Where do we get there? What's the best way?
Probably Naomi's Slack message to me.
I will let you do it then. Closet view.
Okay, maybe it wasn't. Thank you. Always looking out. Okay, so here, and we're still honestly just perfectly frank, we're always iterating. Here's the new, we're figuring out shop, hub, portal, whatever we call it, because we want to be clear, we're not trying to compete with the bookstore. This is not like gifts. This is truly just an in-house way for you to quickly get items that we would be giving you anyways, but to
Like
get
the
rid
ones
of
on the table.
Yes, that are already in stock, used for promotions. So what you will see is here's all the items we currently have in stock, and you'll see here's how many there are. You'll see the price, and again, these are all the at-cost things. So if you were to come and say, hey, we're attending this event in a month, can I order 50 tote bags? We'd be like, okay, because you're only ordering 50, typically, then you're gonna be paying $10 a bag versus now that we have them in stock, you're getting that at-scale price. So we have everything from bags to pennants to stickers, lanyards, hats, notebooks, shirts.
And this is going to continue to
letterhead.
build.
Yes. Well, this is very much like we just want to get something out in the world and see how people use it. Is this helpful? And then we will definitely continue to refine. But truly, the goal is just like how one of the main things that we were getting was people are like, hey, I'm going to this event in a week. I need promo items. And we're like, we're so sorry, we just bought stuff, but they're from this area. We don't have anything to give you. And so we were trying to really meet that need. So we've really spent the summer building up an inventory of the most commonly requested items for that.
And then some fun ones. Yes, like let's see how these go. Yeah.
Sorry, buddy, we're all sold out of those.
Oh.
Anyone can order except for Chad.
They're so you, Chad. I see you're rocking those like
$0. They're very cute.
They just don't have their price yet. There will be one there.
So we'll send out this link, I'm sure, through like Inside SU with all of the kind of different resources we talked about. But
Yes, you're really getting the very first look.
See, Sophia's the professor now. The roles are reversed.
Exactly.
She used to know my students, but she never cut up in class, so I shouldn't have cut up in class either.
I know, not returning the favor. For those who don't know, Chad was my professor. So yeah, we're just excited to test this out, see is this helpful for people, and then also we've been working with the business office on what is a way so that, again, SU is not paying twice for items of like, we don't want you to have to process like a card fees, all the just practical logistics. So we're working with them on just like a very smooth and seamless transfer process. But again, you'll literally it'll be the at cost, very baseline. And we are actually, when we launch this, we're gonna be giving every department a budget that they can start with of free items. And then we'll go from there. So,
Can I ask a quick question?
Absolutely.
On that line.
yeah.
Is there any plan to specifically start targeting some of this stuff toward departments?
Like meaning, so like College of Business,
Right.
branded items.
Or
Mhm.
departments, like
Department.
communication, art, and design?
That's not something we necessarily have on the radar, but more so because that hasn't been a request. So if you're like, hey, all of
Consider
these.
that a request.
Okay, all of these areas
You can
are
watch
bringing
it in
this. Yeah, yes, great opportunity for strategic discussion. No, I
Okay,
love
just
that.
curious.
Mhm,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other questions? No? All right, well, this has been so fun. We're just gonna end it out with and I hope that I always get
Audio
scared
works,
that
I know.
audio and video stuff doesn't go well, but just to share one of our latest brand campaign videos. And if it doesn't work, then we'll try again. You guys. It's doing a weird echo thing.
I mean, we could get real intimate and I could just use it on a computer and we could go for it.
Bye.
See ya.
Let's just see. Okay, well, we will send it out. But just wanted to share that thematically, something that we introduced at the beginning of this year was the whole concept of more than a degree. Obviously, the core of what students are getting here is that degree, but it's so much more than that. It's that personal investment of a faculty member who sits with them and says, I know that you're called to more, I can see you doing this, I want to help you get there. It's the experience that they get from student development, from campus life, from the lifelong friendships that are made. And obviously there is almost a war on higher education now of students even valuing, is a degree worth it? And so it's like, we're not going to be competitive if we're only focused on, we have 200 degrees and this. It's like everyone's offering that and you can get it quicker, faster, cheaper in other places. And so what truly makes SU stand out is our experience and that personal investment. And so wanted to be able to share that messaging with you, but we'll find another way to do that. So very much appreciate all of your time and your questions, and we're here if you guys need anything. So thank you.